Do you want a copy of this recording?
Sure.
All right, hang on a sec. Okay, now you need to hit record, which I think is along the bottom there somewhere, or somewhere.
Let's
If you can
see.
find record somewhere.
Okay.
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Now it's recording directly onto your laptop or computer.
Okay.
Well, whilst we speak. Make sure that's.
I could make it louder. Is it as loud as it go, you think? I can hear them, but I mean,
You're struggling to hear me a bit, are you?
yeah, it's a little bit quiet.
Let me see.
I got my technician working on it. Yeah, that's working pretty good. A little more.
All right, is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. All right, we're done. We're set up, ready to go.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I barely slept last night because I was talking to you about 3 different times. I mean, I wasn't, but you know what I mean.
Was I answering back?
Oh yeah. I was
Oh,
having a
good. Okay.
conversation telling you about
Okay.
my life story. My daughter messed up and told me last night I was gonna speak with you today, and oh
Yeah.
boy, oh, it
That's
really set
cool.
it off.
That's all right. That's all right. So, what's your background in non-duality?
Well, to be honest, I didn't really know about non-duality, or the
Yep.
term, I should say, the term. I've been
Yeah.
meditating for 20 years,
Yeah.
and I've been getting better. I think. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I I had a traumatic childhood, which I don't care. That's all baloney anyway. But
Yeah.
which I'm coming to realize. But since I've been watching you, all this anger has been coming up lately. It's been about a week or two, well, maybe more. I used to say it was my blood sugar because I'd get hangry, and
Yeah.
then I just couldn't control myself. One thing set me off,
Yeah.
but now it seems like it's not that, if you know what I'm saying. And I
Okay.
don't
Yeah.
know if the me is fighting or something or what's going, I don't know what it is, but I just know that I'm not
Have you noticed?
liking.
Have you noticed a change in the usual story that's going on in mind? Has there
Well,
been a change?
it increased. It increased a
Mm.
lot since I started watching you. I mean, I used to do this thing where I'd meditate and I'd stop thinking, or I'd try to stop thinking, and I'd have moments where I could slow it down and slow it down, and then I had a couple moments where I felt very expansive and I felt very happy, and I mean, just
Yeah.
really, I've had glimpses of it. But yeah, yeah. I just, to be honest with you, I'm so frustrated with the story that I just want to get out of it. And I can tell it's a story. I can see it from a different view, and I can tell words are, they're just words, and I can tell that. And I've looked for the me, but I can't find the me. I don't even know how to look for them. I'm like, how do I find
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure that I'm investigating right or looking right. I mean, I don't, there's not a book on it. There's no manual.
There are lots of books on it, but finding the right book is
The understanding.
that's the trick.
I have a hard time understanding.
Well, that's because the understanding itself can't be written. You can't write about it. Anything you write about the understanding is not it. No matter what you write, it's not it. Even right down to, Paul, even me attempting to communicate it to you with word, no matter what I say, it's not it. No matter what I say, because whatever it is I'm saying,
different.
Yeah, whatever it is I'm saying is still going to be a description of, or I'm trying to describe, or and what I'm saying is not it. Although source of the speech is. Source of the speech is it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, the only problem with that is we generally take the me as being source of the speech. And the reality is the me can't speak. It can't see. It can't hear. It can't taste, touch, or smell. And it is not conscious, nor is it aware. Now,
Mm-hmm.
is that your direct experience? No, that's
No.
not your direct experience, because your direct experience is there is seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling. You are conscious and you are aware. That's your direct experience. We can't deny that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Now, the only problem with that is that we take this that is conscious and aware and can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell, we take that to be me. And it's not. So now we have to come to see why it's not. Why is this experience of I am? Why is this experience of being here, now, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, being conscious and being aware? Why this that I just outlined is not the me? We need to know that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was to ask you, are you conscious right now? Your response would be yes.
Oh yeah.
It would.
Oh yeah.
Your response would be yes. Okay. Then if I asked you, who's conscious right now? What would you say?
I don't know. I don't know. It would come out me. That's what I would say, but I know that's not
Yeah,
conscious. I know it's not.
yeah. Okay, so there is consciousness, yeah?
Yes.
Good. What do you know about that?
Nothing. I mean, I
No.
do. I mean, I'm that me in the dream that is the best meditator, the best thing. That's me.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I get it. I get it. I get it. You know, I get lots of people that arrive on my doorstep, which is funny. Lots of people that arrive on my doorstep that have been meditating for 20, 30, 40 years. And they
Yeah,
arrive
trying to
here.
get over this craziness.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, coming to an understanding that as good, because I don't want to minimize it. Yeah. So I'll state it this way. As good as meditation is, if it's not being done correctly, it's the wrong method. It's a
Yeah.
totally wrong, it's actually a waste of time if it's not being
Yeah.
done correctly. Okay. So then the question would arise, oh, did he say if it's not being done correctly, that implies there's a correct way of meditating?
Mhm.
And there is. And here's what we don't do. And you may have started doing it, which is fantastic. Here's what we don't do when meditating is none of us, until we stumble onto non-duality at least, yeah, none of us are meditating on the meditator. We're assuming there's a meditator meditating that's trying to do something to achieve something. There's always a goal, whether it's lessening thoughts or feeling better or feeling more serene or whatever it is.
All
Yeah.
them things.
Yeah. So, but what we don't realize is we're not meditating on the meditator. There's an assumption that me is meditating. Yeah.
Mm.
And why is me meditating? To get something. Otherwise, we wouldn't do it as a me character. Yeah.
Yes.
If not some sort of payoff in it, we wouldn't do
Mhm.
it. Right. So there's something here, e.g., the meditator, yeah, that's meditating that we don't look at.
Wow.
we just assume it's me. And of course, I'm alive, me,
Yeah.
yeah. And I can see, hear, taste, touch, smell, and I'm conscious and I'm aware, right? The me would say, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, of course, it's me sitting in meditation, trying to get something out of it. That's standard. That's just the standard think as such. Yeah? And what I'm saying is, no, don't be doing meditation to get something out of it. Instead of doing that, stop assuming that the meditator is me or Paul, or Terry.
Yeah.
Stop assuming that the meditator is Paul and actually look, inquire, look, which it sounds like you've done. Yeah.
Well, try to, but I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Well, it's okay. I mean, we can explore that together. That's not a problem. But you have to at least understand the concept that this aliveness, this consciousness, this awareness that we are experiencing, the fact that we can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell, the fact that we are conscious, the fact that we are aware, okay? All our life, we have assumed a position that it's me that is conscious and aware and can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. That's the understanding. That's what we believe. Yeah, without looking, without actually inquiring to see if that's true or not. Yeah. Now, for some reason, and the reason is obvious, as kids, as children, as toddlers, yeah, or infants even, we can only remember back so far. Yeah. None of us can
Yeah.
remember being born as such. Yeah. I'm talking about
Oh,
a
no, no.
memory. Yeah. So we can, and it's usually, at best, it's usually 2 years of age at best. A lot of people can't remember below 6 years of age. Yeah. Now, why is it we can't remember any earlier than that? Why can't we remember being 6 months old? That's
No
a
language.
question that beautiful, good, no language. So language sets up or creates the story of me, language, yeah, which we learn around the age of 18 months to 2.5. So in the absence of language or in the absence of the story, the me disappears. Like amnesia. Yeah. If you experience, if I could tap you on the shoulder and make you experience amnesia now, yeah, where all information in relation to personal self just vanished, would it still be Paul sitting there?
No,
He
he'd
totally
be
would
gone.
not be. He would
He'd be
be
gone.
complete good. That
I wish he
tells you,
would go away, to be honest.
well, well, that at least tells you what Paul is.
Yeah, he's a bunch of storylines and words and other people's opinions and
Thoughts, just thoughts,
yeah,
just
just
thoughts.
thoughts on top of thoughts.
Even the other people's opinions are still contained in the thoughts here.
Yeah, yeah, it's just thoughts. Yeah, it's all thoughts,
It's
all of it.
good. So it's good. So it's all thought. Yeah. And somehow, if we're meditators, we intuit that thought is the problem. And then we launch into meditation trying to lessen thoughts. trying to not think.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, yeah. And we can have what I would call a minimal amount of success around that. But
That's about
in
right.
the, yeah, yeah, because in the final analysis, it must be seen that I, or Paul, is not the thinker. If Paul is not the thinker, what the hell is Paul doing trying to stop thoughts for a start? If you're not the thinker, What are you doing trying to stop them? You're not responsible for them. Why would you be trying to stop them? Yeah.
There's some kind of connection.
And yeah, now, and if you are the thinker, why can't you stop them? If I'm the thinker, Jesus Christ, if I'm the thinker, if I'm acknowledging to myself, right? Yes, I am the thinker. I am the creator of my own thoughts. It's only logical that if that was true, I could stop them.
Yeah.
Or I could choose to think about one particular thing and nothing else. If I was the thinker, why is it I'm not choosing to think nothing but blissful thoughts all the time? Why am I not doing that if I'm the thinker? And the answer is what? The answer is
It just
what?
happens. It just
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
Which I'm
So it
learning
doesn't,
slowly.
yeah. So, you know, and yet it's so obvious, Paul. If you know, if I pose that question to you, you know, are you the thinker? You know, and there's an idea that you are the thinker. And then I said to you, okay, just stop. Just stop. If you're the thinker, stop thinking now, right now. Just think nothing for the next 30 minutes, not one, just zero.
I've already failed. I've already
Yeah,
failed.
yeah. You know, so, you know, at best, what we can do is shift attention. We can shift the
Yeah.
attention, yeah, to
Yeah, I
different
think
parts
that's
of the
what it
body or the
is.
breathing. Yeah, it's just a shift of attention. The one thing, the primary thing that feeds thought is attention.
Mm.
That's what fuels thoughts, is attention itself on thoughts. Attention. Yeah. If you shift the attention, which I know you've experienced in meditation, if you
Mm.
shift the attention, thoughts seem to die down. It's a shift of attention.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah. So, somewhere around the age of 2, mind or thoughts started saying, my name is Paul. I'm here. I mean, it wouldn't have said this, but the understanding would be this. Yeah. And my name is Paul. I'm here. I have a body and I can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. Somewhere around the age of 2. Yeah. That's what mind starts saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good. And that believes mind, that's saying that, is mind only. So that creates it, and then that believes it is mind. Thoughts, just other
Mm-hmm.
thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all thoughts. Yeah. A big story starts to get developed from around the
Yeah,
age of
what
2.
what tricks me is when I start arguing, or the me starts arguing with itself. Oh no, you're the mind and you just need to be quiet. And then, and it's like,
But that's but yeah, good, yes. But that's funny because all it is mind arguing with mind.
yeah,
Thoughts thoughts arguing with thoughts.
yeah.
Now it only becomes problematic if we take a position and we believe that certain thoughts are mine.
Yeah, and I think
I'm
I still might do that. I don't.
yeah, for sure. I'm thinking it, or it might be, for example, Jesus Christ, I wish I could just shut this mind up.
Oh,
I'm
I
so
say that all the time.
right. And that says that is the mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Incredible. Yeah.
It's
Incredible.
yeah, it's
So
amazing.
yeah. So there's 2 positions. One is completely imaginary and one is absolute and real. Okay. The one that is completely imaginary is that the mind creates. creates. Yeah, completely imaginary. I'm a person, I'm here, I have free will. There's such a thing as space and time. Mind creates that.
Mm-hmm.
And it creates a me. And it says, I am here and I am present. And I'm aware and I'm conscious. Yeah? Mind says that.
Yes, yes.
Good. So there's that little reality, if we want to call it reality. Yeah.
That's where
And
I'm
then,
living.
yeah. And then there's the actual experience of here now, the actual beingness, the actual now, the actual experience of just now, now only.
Yeah, and I feel that. I feel that continuously. I mean, I can feel it right now. It's like,
Yeah.
it's almost like it's, I don't know, it's creeping in or something. It's, I can't really explain it, but I can feel this peacefulness, but it's like it's being pushed away or something. I don't, it's so weird. But I can
Yeah.
feel it at the same time.
Yeah.
Even though I'm feeling the me too, I can feel it.
You know, hang on.
But
Whoa,
then
whoa,
sometimes
stop,
it goes
stop,
away.
stop, stop right there. You said I can feel it, even though I can feel the me.
Oh,
Tell
I
me what
did say
tell me what the me feels like. This will be interesting.
that. Well, it feels like a bunch of critical thinking, a bunch of critical bad talk to
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. Like, can the me actually feel?
I mean, I know thoughts can't feel. I mean,
And that's all the me is.
yeah, it's if it would just process or something.
Yeah, yeah. But literally, Paul, that's all the me is
Yeah.
thoughts. Now, why it gets confusing is because there is also an experience of being conscious and aware and present and being able to see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. The problem is that we take this that is conscious and aware to be the me, and it's not. It's that the me is looking for. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It is that the meditator is looking for. Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's already here.
Yeah.
It's already here. So it's like
Yeah.
a case of mistaken identity. Do you understand? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It
me.
is.
It's me assuming the space of conscious and aware. Me assuming that space, but only assumes as a thought.
Yeah.
The me is not good. The me is not an entity. It's not a living, live person or
Mm.
thing It's purely an idea of mind. It's purely conceptual. It's all thought based. And we proved that a moment ago. You know, when I said, you know, in the absence of thoughts, in the case of amnesia, what happens to Paul?
Yeah. He goes away.
He's gone, but something remains. Just the mere fact that Paul goes away doesn't mean that that body that's sitting there now falls off the chair dead, does it?
Uh-uh.
Something remains.
Yeah.
Something remains. Okay, now that remains is that was there before Paul started to come into seeming beingness around the age of 2. You got it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So this that is here in the absence of thoughts, yeah, which is the absence of me, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
is that the me is looking for. And this that is here was there, always has been here, by the way. It's always been here. It's never not been anywhere. That's why those teachers will say, that you're seeking, you already are. That
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
looking for, you already are. Right? And we go, how can that be? That I'm a me.
I know.
Like how do I get past that? And all you got to
Yeah.
do is see the truth. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
It's nothing more than that, Paul. It's a truth fact finding mission. That's what this is. If you're on this path to get something else other than the truth, you'll stay stuck on the path forever. The reason
Yeah.
being is because a lot of people are on this path because they've got a goal. And the goal is, I want to feel better. You know, I don't want to be having all these negative thoughts, or I want to feel more present, or I want to be able to live in the moment, or whatever the story is.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
that's all of that is related to a me wanting something.
Yeah. Yeah. Wanting relief or wanting, yeah,
Yeah.
a better story.
Yes. Yeah. A better story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you drop all that and just be content with truth, you just want to know the truth of what's
Yeah.
actually happening. Just the truth.
Yes.
That'll do. I don't care what the outcome is of discovering the truth, but I just want to know the truth. What's actually happening, as opposed to what I've always been thinking is happening.
Yeah.
What's actually happening? What's actually occurring? Yeah. You know, like we believe that we live in a three-dimensional world, you know, space and time. And Albert Einstein said, uh, uh, time is something we as human beings invented. There's
No.
no such thing as time. We invented it. We invented it. It's a concept.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Part of the
like
mind.
like like numbers. Number one, number two, number three. Yeah. There's no such thing as a two. There's a symbol two, the symbol two, but you can't show me a two. You can show me two bottles, you can show me two apples, but you can't show me two.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It's a concept. Yeah. All numbers are conceptual. Yeah? But so time, and physicists will tell you this today, they'll tell you, yeah, time is an illusion. There's no such thing as time. It's
Yeah.
an illusion. Yeah. They'll also go on to say, you know, there's no such thing as form. Everything is empty. Everything is space. Appears to be solid, but it's actually
Yeah.
not. It appears to be solid, but it's actually not. All there is empty space. Holy shit. Including your body, empty
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard to.
Yeah, I know, but it's only hard because we haven't yet accepted the limitation of mind and the senses. They're
Yeah.
limited.
Yeah. They are. They are.
I cannot stand here, look up at the sky at night and see the American flag planted on the moon that was planted there in 1969, apparently.
Yeah.
Right? But
Apparently.
yeah, but I, with my eyes, I can't see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't, I can't hear trains pulling into Central Station in New York City from where I currently am sitting. I can't hear that. My senses are limited. Now,
Yeah.
not just the five senses, not just seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling. They're limited. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's really limited is thinking, because thinking is dualistic. You got to see this. Like, I could have asked you at the beginning, so tell me about non-duality. You might have said a few things about it. Yeah. Okay, good. Now tell me about duality. What are you going to tell me about duality?
Well, there's bad and good. And depending on how your mind's talking, it's more
What?
bad than good because you're
Yeah,
making it that
sure.
way.
Sure, but where does the good and the bad arise?
I don't know where. I guess in the mind, I guess.
It arises as a thought.
Yeah, yeah, as a thought. Yeah. Yeah,
Because
yeah,
some
yeah.
people, it does. Because some people
Yeah.
might see something as bad and someone else might see it as good.
Yeah.
Now what is it?
Neither. It's neither.
Good.
It's
So
neither.
it's my good. So the duality or the polaric opposites polaric opposites, arise as thoughts only. The duality is mind only. In the absence of mind, try and imagine this if you can. You've done a bit of meditation. Try and imagine this. Yeah. In the absence of all thoughts, that means zero thoughts arise at all. In the absence of all thoughts, what would that be like?
It's peace.
Would you even know it's peace if you were experiencing the absence of thoughts? Would you know it's peace?
No.
Or no, you wouldn't, because it would have to arise as an idea in mind. Oh, this is peaceful. This is peaceful. So I'm talking about the absence of that as well.
Yeah, that's hard to, it's like,
I know, that's what I'm saying. It is difficult, yeah. But what I'm trying to point at there is that creates the seeming duality is thoughts. It's mind that's dualistic. In the absence of mind, guess what happens to duality?
Yeah, it goes away.
It ceases. What would you be left with? In the absence of duality, what would you be left with?
Non-duality?
Non-dual singularity.
Yeah, single. One. Yeah. One. Yeah. Everything's one.
One. Now, what's important there in relation to that discovery, yeah, that one is not made of parts. Dualistically, we might understand the one as being made of parts, and I'm a part of the one. No, that again would be something that this would create. Its parts. Why? Because it's dualistic. Yeah. It's one without a second, one without any parts. It's just one.
Yeah.
And mind steps in and creates the rest.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. Like how can, for example, yeah, how can you have a God that's omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent? How can you have that, make that statement, and then say, and there's me? If you know what those three things actually are, there's no room for a me. There's no room for anything other than God, other than one, other than non-dual. There's no room for me. If God is everything, if God is everywhere, if God is all-knowing, if God is all being, then this must be that too. But mind says, oh no, there's God and me.
Yeah, it makes you separate, kind of.
It does. It absolutely does. But good. Now, what is it that makes us separate? Just a thought, just an idea.
Yeah, the thoughts. Yeah.
God is one, but then there's me. How can God be one? Because one implies all, and there's still be a me. That's two.
Yeah.
That's two. God being the all one, the all one, and me makes no sense. None.
Yeah. You definitely got some things turning.
Yeah. And this is, it's.
I had, and yeah, I don't know. I've had these moments where I felt like I was dying. I mean, it's come up like a lot in the last like month or so. It's like, oh my God, I'm dying. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And I almost feel like it's the mind is calling out for help or something.
Yeah, look, it could be, but look, even that, it's mind that creates the idea of birth and death. Why?
It does.
Why?
It does.
Because mind needs a start and a finish. Why? Because mind is dualistic. It
Mm,
can't fathom something infinite. No beginning, no end. It can't fathom that. It must have a beginning. It must have like even the Big Bang, they're going, yeah, okay, but what happened before that? Like it can't, yeah. There's always got to be a start and a finish,
yeah.
or a here and a there, or a me
Yeah.
and a you, or a
Yeah.
this and a that, or an up and a down, or a left and a right. This is the duality, yeah? Or a good and a bad, or a love and a hate, and all the opposites. Yeah? And if we didn't know the opposites, we wouldn't know just the one. Like if we don't know hate, we can't know love. If we don't know love, we can't know hate.
Mm.
It's got to be a comparison.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
good, good. And then what happens is, as a seeming human being, yeah, we oscillate between these polaric dualities in our life. You know, I don't know what happened this morning. I woke up, I was feeling really, really good. Nothing happened. I didn't hear from anyone. No one turned up at the house. I was feeling really good. And then something happened. I don't know. Around 2 o'clock this afternoon, I just started to feel really flat. And I went down. Two opposites.
Yeah.
And nothing happened. Nothing happened. Just thoughts changed.
Yeah. Yeah. The
That's that.
thoughts change.
That's I was on my own. I'm making this story up, right? But yeah. So that creates the seeming duality is thoughts. That creates an idea of a me and a you is thoughts. In the absence of thoughts, there is no me or you. There is only one. Now, that is not an invitation to try and stop thinking, because you can't. That's
Well, I
not
tried.
what. Good. Stop. It's time to let that go. That's not the idea. Yeah. Being free of thoughts doesn't mean the absence of thoughts. Can you hear the difference? Being free of thoughts doesn't mean the absence of thoughts.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. How do you not let the thoughts affect you? How do you?
Well, they change. It changes. And affect who?
I guess it's
See what I'm
affecting to me. It must be.
It's just thoughts affecting thoughts.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah. And coming to see that the me is not an entity. It's believed to be an entity because the me or mind, thoughts, somewhere around the age of 2, hijacks this presence, this awareness, this consciousness, and starts calling it me. That's what happens. That's what happens. And then people jump on this non-dual path, or the path to enlightenment, or whatever. And what they discover is there's no me, and they've been here all along. Here I am, all along. But there's been the belief that me, Terry, is conscious and aware, and I can see, hear, taste, touch, smell. And that's a lie. That's not truth. It's not truth. Yeah. The Terry character can't see, hear, taste, touch, or smell. The Terry character is not conscious or aware, or indeed alive. Therefore, the Terry character cannot die. It's not alive.
Mm.
The Terry character.
Yeah.
The Terry character was not born. The Terry character came into being around the age of 2. When we start to learn language, thoughts start to happen, a memory starts to to develop. Yeah. You know, like at best, Paul, if you go looking for the me, if you really go looking for the me now, yeah, at best, all you're going to come up with is me is memory only.
Yeah.
Me is memory only. Okay, so we understand that memory is of the past. True?
Yes.
Good. So if me is memory only, who am I now? What am I now?
And just presence, just
Because we're just here now, right?
yeah, yeah,
Good. And this here now isn't dependent upon memory to be. It's not dependent on memory. Yeah? But if we bring memory in, yeah, then we
yeah,
start saying, oh, yeah, my name is Paul, and I've been on this path for a while. I meditated for 20 years, and I've done
yeah,
this and I've done that, and blah, blah, my life, and big story. Yeah,
yeah,
all contained in memory. Yeah.
yeah,
Then it gets recalled, and the recalling of it creates a seeming idea of a person. It's only an idea of a person, is it not? Because it's all created from memory, which is all thoughts, which is all
yeah,
ideas and all
yeah,
descriptions. Yeah. Yeah. So this is about coming to see and coming to understand what you are not what you are. What you are doesn't need to be discovered, doesn't need to be found, and does not need to be understood. However, what you are not does need to be understood. Because if you're taking what you're not to be what you are, you're never going to discover what you are. It's not possible.
yeah,
And what
yeah,
you're not could never discover what you actually are. It
yeah,
can't. Because if it's still there in the discovery of what you are, the two can't coexist. What you're not can't coexist with what you actually are. The only way that you actually are is revealed is when this is seen for what it is. An illusion, false, a story, nothing but thoughts. And that's seen, it drops, and you're left with what you are, which is sitting here right now, seeing me, hearing my voice, being aware, and you are conscious. Just stop taking this to be Paul. That's
uh,
it. Like, in a nutshell, that's it. And it'll, it'll take some time. You'll need to keep exploring this. You need to keep undoing this, yeah, because there's this believed in reality which is untrue.
no,
So
it is.
it can take a moment to unpick it, yeah. But what you start with, Paul, is the idea of me, this idea of self, this idea of me. What is that? What is that? What is it that creates that? You start to understand it's thoughts that create that. And you go, yeah, okay, yeah, I understand that, but it still feels like there's a me here. Now what do I
Yeah,
do? Yeah, now what do I do? Yeah. So there needs to be more explanation, more exploring, more undoing of the seeming me. And not only that, time, space, free will, this idea that we have free will. Jesus Christ, Paul, if you had free will, you wouldn't have had to meditate for 20 years. You would have just chosen to stop thinking.
oh
If
yeah,
you
I
had free
know.
will, if you
Yeah,
had free will, yeah.
yeah, and it
And
feels like stuff's always happening to you.
yeah, that's right. And our life is dictated to or dependent upon what thoughts are going on.
Yeah,
Now, if you had free will, you'd stop thinking. You
yeah, just turn it
can't.
on.
Yeah, good. Now, you can't. Therefore, you have no free will. None. And the me believes it has free will. It's the mover and shaker. It's the doer. It's the chooser. It's the thinker. The me character believes all of that.
Yeah.
The me character is nothing but a story going on in mind. That's all it is. Coupled with this experience of being conscious and aware and here now. The only mistake we make is we take this here now to be the me. And it's not. Now you need to come to see why it's not. That's all. That's all. Yeah. Start inquiring. You know, stop sitting in meditation trying to stop thoughts. Jesus Christ. Start meditating on the meditator. Who the fuck is sitting here meditating? Excuse my French. Who's
That's
meditating?
okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
who's meditating? Who am I? What's going on here? What's actually happening? You know, am I the thinker? No. Okay. What's happening then? Because my life seems to be dictated to by thoughts, and I'm not the thinker. But the thinking also creates a seeming me, a person, and yet I'm not the thinker. Who's creating me? What's going on here? Do you understand the
Yeah.
line of thinking that I'm trying to get you to look
Yeah.
at? Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And you just want to do it with. It's a fact-finding mission. You just want to know the truth. What's actually happening as opposed to what I think is happening. What's actually happening? Actually, as opposed to what we think is happening. Yeah. We just
Wish I
need to
knew.
look. Well, we just need to keep looking, Paul.
So it's just, I mean, I feel like I need to look around my body and see the back of my head or something. I mean, I don't understand, you know?
Yeah,
It's so weird.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, have you read anything on Douglas Harding?
Never heard of him.
Okay, he put a book out many years ago called On Having No Head.
Oh my gosh. What a name.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah. Now, in my YouTube videos, um, there's a video in there. I think it's just referred to as the bubble.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
BUBBLE. Yeah, yeah. That's in relation to on having no head. See, there's an assumption we have a head, but from your own direct experience, if you look up at the sky like that, you don't look down at your body. If you look up at the sky, what head?
Yeah, what body?
Good. There's seeing, isn't there?
Yeah, just seeing.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. No head.
Yeah.
And you also know, yeah, that a reflection of your head in the mirror is not your head. It's a reflection.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not your actual head.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not actual. Yeah.
Right.
Reflection.
You'll be amazed how many people take the reflection in the mirror to be who they are. Amazed. By far, it's the majority of human beings take the reflection in the mirror to be who they are. Holy shit. When it's, you know, how can that? Yet that's what we do. Yeah. You know, it's, come to understand what you're not. Stop seeking that you are. That you are needs not be found. It's already here. It's not lost. It doesn't need to be found. What needs to be understood is that I'm not. When that's fully finally revealed that you're not, that whole house of cards just collapses, and you're left with that you are, which has always been here, never not been here. Just a case of misidentification. This that we actually are, we've been calling me. And I'm saying this that you actually are is not the me, it's your true nature, it's true self that's being sought through meditation or whatever method. You're here. Just stop taking this that's here to be Paul. And see how this here is taken to be Paul. See the mechanics of it, Paul. Come to see the mechanics of it, how it happens. It's all done with thoughts. The whole show is done with thoughts. And thoughts live off thoughts.
Oh, they do. And then they talk against each other.
Yeah. And words live off words. Labels are dependent on other labels, or words are dependent on other words. A sentence is dependent on a previous sentence or a sentence after it. It's just,
yeah.
It's all word. It's all just word. And the word is not the thing.
Oh, yeah.
But mind takes the word to be the thing. That's all it can do.
Yeah. And then you see a picture in your head of the thing.
Yeah. And the picture in your head is not the thing.
Now, how do pictures come into this? Because I know words create the duality, but what about pictures?
Aren't the pictures beautiful? Isn't it?
Like they are, but they're imagined.
Yes, they are. But it takes the word to identify what the pictures are.
Yeah.
What are the pictures without words? Would you know what you were seeing without word? You wouldn't know anything.
Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't know nothing.
Yeah. So there's two components of it. You're right. Yeah. There's visual images that arise, and the word. And it creates the seeming world and the seeming inner world, and because you need the visuals to create an inner world.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there were no visuals,
because words by themselves wouldn't be convincing enough.
They wouldn't. It wouldn't. We'd need both the inner, the outer. So. What's a tree if you remove the label tree? Now what is it?
I don't know. It's this beautiful thing. It's just...
Yeah, good. Now remove those two labels. Beautiful thing. Now remove that. Now what is it?
It's nothing. It's just here. It's just,
But see how the mind creates it.
Yeah.
Word creates it. And
it's got to. It's like more words a pile onto it to describe it. It's
Well, we take the label to create beauty. It's a beautiful thing. And so we take the label to be the beauty, not the actual, the label. Because if you remove all the labels, there's no beauty, there's no thing, nothing separate. There's no color, there's no green, there's no wood, if you remove all the labels.
Yeah.
So it's mind that creates our seeming reality. Tree over there and a tree over there says this, which is dualistic. So it would create a tree over there and a tree over there. And it would also say those two trees are separate. Mind would say those two trees are separate.
Yeah.
In the absence of duality, what separation is there?
There's none.
None.
Yeah.
But mind would say, oh, yes, but I mean, clearly those two trees are separate. Look at the space between both of those two trees. Yeah. Well, isn't it the space that's connecting the trees?
Well, the space is everywhere though, too.
Correct. But so in the absence of space, could there be a tree?
No.
Could there be two trees in the absence
No.
of space?
No.
No. So the trees are dependent on the space.
Uh-huh.
Yeah? Everything is connected. It's just that mind sees space as being a no thingness and
Yeah.
decides, makes the decision that the no thingness is what creates the separation.
Oh, wow.
It's dualistic thinking that does that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dualistic thought. Yeah. It's not unreasonable, but it's not the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely not the truth.
Yeah, not unreasonable. We need to be able to think dualistically. If we couldn't think dualistically, there'd be no life, there'd be no nothing happening. Yeah. But the only problem with the dualistic thinking is it creates a seeming person. Now we need to investigate that and see whether it's true or false. Because at the end of the day, I'll finish on this because I've got to go. But at the end of the day, yeah, if there's no me there, Paul, there's no me's anywhere. You can't arrive at a place where you go, oh, I've seen there's no me here. But then in the same breath say, but there's 8 billion other me's on the planet. No. Once you see there's no me here, there's no me's anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. It just drops away.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got to go. You all right?
I'm all right.
You're all right?
Gotta go to work.
Yeah,
On my
me
birthday.
too.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, shit. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Let me know how you're getting on. If you need to chime in again, do it. Just do it. Yeah.
I will.
It's
I
just
will.
we'll just keep chipping away at this, and sometimes that's what it takes for a moment, and then you start to make progress, seeming progress, but you do seem to start to make progress in terms of seeing the truth, you know. Then this thing becomes alive. Now you're not flogging a dead horse trying to sit in meditation to try and stop thinking. You know,
My daughter's laughing at me
is she?
because I'm like, oh, you gotta stop thinking.
Yeah. I mean, if we could, Jesus, that'd make it easy, wouldn't it?
Oh, it would.
If we could just stop, because all our difficulties arise as thoughts only, and we're not even the thinker. Oh my God. Do you understand the significance of that?
Yeah, it's huge. It's
It's
huge.
huge. Now we need to inquire into this because it's huge. What's actually going on? Yeah. You'll be right. You're all right. All right, brother. Got to go.
All right. Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Paul. Cheers, bud.
See you.
Bye.